when last we met our heroic adventurers, Atreus, the paladin of Asmodeus, had been summoned to hell for a meeting of grave consequence. Asmodeus was angry about something, and so summoned some of his faithful to. And our humble adventurers continued on throughout the glacial rift of the frost giants, finding their way into the lower levels, and finding a map that had this room behind a secret door, which was a boulder that meshed in real well, that said provisions on it. Wanting to inspect it, since they couldn't find anything else down there, they did. They opened it up, and Serena and her fire elemental strode boldly up to the pile of treasure that they found in the middle of the room, only to be breathed upon by two white dragons, freezing her in a block of ice and causing the fire elemental, what did we call him? Burning bush?
Yeah, burning bush.
To be incinerated or melted or whatever. He was gone. Seeing upon this, Shardak and Lone Hunter quickly fled the area, much to the chagrin of Waith the sword. What? You can stand up to them? I know they might not be giants, but we can still take them. And where would you all like to go from that?
Let's see here. And,
somewhere secure, because a barbarian is like limping around pretty good.
All right, and we came. Let's see here. I'm sharing the map that we have.
The map you have only has 4 rooms.
It has right there. It has all of it right down there, but I got to move it around. I made it large for my old eyes.
Oh, that.
But we came out from here, and let me get a better cursor.
Room number 2.
Yeah, right there where we have the red, which was where the dragon was, or
yes, the dragon
and all the treasure and stuff, and
yeah,
and we ran because I remember Lone Hunter said, "Oh, the hell with this!" After he saw his partner get froze like a flesh popsicle.
And if you're looking at the map and you see that the where the red spot is, there's kind of an extra thing. That is a ledge 30 feet above the floor of the cave. And that's where the dragons stuck their heads out from and breathed off.
And Lone Hunter was heading on out hollering, "Let's get out of here and run." And I know he dashed, so he would have dashed up there where 1 is, up at the top.
Okay.
Going in that general direction because he feels that was safe because they just come from there. May not be, but that would be the direction that he would have been going.
All right. Shardak, what about you? Will you follow?
Yeah, Shardak just follows Lone Hunter, assuming that he has like his sense of direction in this labyrinthian complex.
Okay. All right. And does anybody close the door behind them? Does anybody roll the stone back?
I'd like to say Lone Hunter was thinking about it, but he really didn't. He was just getting the hell out of Dodge.
And here I would say that Shardak would, because I don't want nothing following us, especially when those dragons sticking their head through or something.
Okay. All right, so you just roll the stone back real quick and then join Lone Hunter at the top of the thing.
Yeah.
Well, let us fall back for a moment and shift the focus of the camera away from this cave, passing through time and space into the realms of where we find ourselves in a fiery iron castle that's deep into hell, the very bottom layer of hell, where Asmodeus is sitting there upon a great iron throne, with a great iron crown and flames leaping out all around the throne, has minions of his below, underneath, and in the center, and a little forward separated from them in a pentagram, is Atreus. And Asmodeus is looking at you, Atreus, and going, "We have had an intrusion upon our land. This small little child," and as such he makes a motion, and Regina is brought forth by two pit fiends on either side of her, out from a side door to his left. Would you like to describe Regina, please, Todor?
Well, she's a halfling, but she likes to pretend that she's just a little innocent child, although she's a fully grown woman. And all the time she's basically acting up, either being this innocent little spoiled child, or being very angry and just going like in a rage of sorts. So yeah, she does seem something like a bipolar or something to anyone who sees her for the first time. Her mood changes like maybe 5 times in a minute, and at this point when you see her, she's just screaming at the guards, and then when she meets the people in the room like Asmodeus and I believe that was the paladin there, all of a sudden she puts like those large puppy eyes, and she's once again an innocent poor child that just got lost.
I see through that. He is like 20 feet tall, sitting there on his throne, but he does look very human-like, proportioned very nicely. Nothing exaggerated or anything, but he is still a large, 20-foot tall, not quite middle-aged, but adult-looking, with a nicely kept full beard, not a big bushy beard, but nicely done. And he glances over and he's like, "I have heard rumors, Atreus, that you have, while down on the prime material plane, have not been aiding my cause entirely, but instead have been helping these small folk from Westmark to penetrate my defenses, as this one has been found roaming the halls. Speak. Defend yourself from these accusations."
I'm not sure what you mean. I have been spreading the word of your name, dear Asmodeus. I simply thought that in helping the people of Westmark, that it would allow me an in to gain trust with the people, that I might turn your name to them as something not to be feared but to be praised.
Is it not
Kisses.
that you were responsible for the destruction of the steading of the hill giant chief, who had just raided one of these small halfling villages of Westmark before you went and destroyed them? Which, yes, that was their last target, halfling village.
If this was your will, then maybe a postcard or something would have sufficed. I did not know that this was your will, and
I care not for the destruction of the hill giants. They can die, that is fine. They do not serve me.
Okay, so then why exactly are we having this conversation?
Have you been helping these people? These halflings? Why do I have one here?
This halfling I've never seen before. But
coincidental to me that one of these creatures, who was just realm was alleviated from attack by you, shows up here.
And that is strictly as you said, dear uncle. Only coincidence.
If that be the case, then I charge you with carrying out the penalty upon this little girl for trespassing upon the domain of Asmodeus. Will you bring me her head?
So, okay, what is it exactly? Do you want me to help her pass, or do you want her head? I'm kind of confused.
Cut off her head and bring it to me.
Fine. I will cut off her head. But I'd rather not do it here. I'd rather do it away from your immaculate throne room.
Why do you say that? This is DM asking.
Oh, to help her escape?
Ooh, that's not good. He's got excellent insight. He was wanting to check to see if you would do that. Obviously, he has excellent insight. He's,
Yeah.
literally the devil.
Quick question.
Yes.
I can only assume this whole room is, well, not room, more like a hall or something.
It's a fiery infernal throne room.
Yeah, so I guess it's brightly lit everywhere, right?
Oh, yeah. But there are shadows.
So, what Regina would say, well, like, hello, big guy. I mean, if you just wanted my... Can I finish, big guy? Come on. I mean, can't the poor girl have her last words of sorts? So can I at least, entertain you while I get my head taken off? Like, at least we can do it some sort of a duel with this big guy. Of course, I have nothing to fight him with, so I guess it will only be fair if he's got nothing to fight me with as well. I mean, like, no swords, no knives, no hammers and stuff.
What do I care of fairness?
That is a very good point. Uncle, isn't it true that that mortals can challenge you to some sort of game or something to get their souls back?
I have been known to do a fiddle contest when I was in Georgia.
Yes. So, so why not have the mortal do something to gain to possibly either gain her freedom or chop off her head. I mean, I think it's only fair if you truly believe that.
I do not believe in fairness. I believe in the
No.
immutable aspects of my law that I state.
I mean, or I can just tell grandmother.
The grandma defense.
Let me get this straight. You just told the devil that you're going to tell grandmother on it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What?
Cool. What would you were going to pipe in? What were you going to say there, Regina?
Seeing that basically this guy is not really moved by fairness and challenges. She's going to say, well, in that case, maybe I can be more of value alive than dead, I suppose.
That's what I'm trying to do here for you. Keep you alive. Just play along, man.
Well,
What uses do you provide to Asmodeus in exchange for your life, little one?
well, for one, I'm a very, very innocent little girl, and innocent little girls get to be allowed places that mighty warriors aren't. And in that way, maybe I can spy for you, oh great lord. And she does some sort of courtesy that she's not really used to, so it looks very stupid.
And Atreus kind of like starts nodding his head, you know, and like hey, look, she's even bowing to you, type of thing.
There is word that the Demon Queen Lol is involved with the giants on Earth, which is why I do not mind you so much helping out the Kingdom of Westmark, even though I feel that spreading the greatness of my name and the grandeur of my deeds will be a little of fail with that kingdom. But I will
if I might,
little one, if I send you with Atreus, will you assist him in ending any possible alliance with the Spider Queen and the giants upon the realms?
Well, do I have a choice?
Yes, you could die.
It's so easy for you immortals to say that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I have no difficulty sentencing people to death.
Then what am I supposed to do here? Like cut my blood and sign something?
Oh, jeez. Don't give him ideas or anything.
Like, yes.
Ugh.
Perfect. Where do I sign?
There. And suddenly in your hand there is in one hand there is a knife, and in the other hand there is a parchment.
Perfect. Can I use my sleight of hand here to, you know, I always carry a little, it's not a pouch, it's an easily breakable pouch of red dye, like underneath my ragged robes.
Oh, that sounds, yeah.
So that, you know, I can feign my own injury or something.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, of course you can do it.
All right. Let's see my first roll for tonight. No, I picked my favorite die. Come on. That is a total of 22.
That's not bad. You definitely accomplished that feat. You break the little pouch so it...
All right, so I break a little pouch along with a little vial that is, you know, just to make it liquid, and they just mix together and I'll suddenly make this reddish new blood thingy. While I'm pretending to cut myself with the knife, I also make sure to put a little on the knife itself so it doesn't, so it all looks good. And then I pick up my finger, and then I take some of it as if from my wound, but it's actually my palm. And I write a Regina M, and I cross it with a like it looks like a slash being slashed with a dagger or something. Like, there you are.
There, your soul now belongs to me until I set it free.
Perfect. Anything else? Should I read the terms and conditions or not? I mean, you're gonna tell me everything, right, big fella? And then I slap the paladin on the back.
Yeah, just
All right,
click
let's
the
go.
box. I agree, and go on. No one reads that stuff.
Perfect. Let's do this. Let's spread the word. No, the will of Asmodeus, our grateful Lord, and so on and so forth.
Remember how gracious I am. Your life I have given to you.
To tell you frankly, from all the immortals that I've met so far, you are the most gracious.
I tell him that all the time. I really do. I always tell him that, and he doesn't believe me. He's like, "Oh, stop it!" But like,
humility.
Oh, and by the way, yeah, all that stuff in the contract, it's all just kind of legal jargon. There's plenty of lawyers down here, so so they kind of deal with all that. It's all just kind of legal mumbo jumbo, if you kind of catch my drift. Nothing really
They'll have
important.
all lawyers, because where else do you think they go when they pass?
Can you send us back now? I love the heat, but I was actually kind of getting used to the cold.
And by the way, you got to rock me Amadeus.
Love that song. Absolutely love it. As you wish. Now, remember, your lives are now mine to do with as I see fit. And I will always be watching. And his voice gets louder and booms as fire springs up from your feet and surrounds you in a cocoon of flame. It is very hot and searingly pain, but doesn't harm you. And then it suddenly disappears and is replaced by cold bitingness as you find yourself at the entrance of the ice cave to Area 1. And Lone Hunter and Shardak, you will see flames leap out from the ground, and you will hear that thunderous voice echoing throughout the cavern, saying, "Your lives are now mine to do with as I please." You hear that same thing echoing across the universes. And then when the flames die away, there is Atreus and Regina standing in the mouth of the ice cave that led down from the upper level into these lower levels. It's mainly just stone, but there is ice and frost everywhere on the rocks.
Damn, Lone Hunter would have his spider sense, so to say, jump on in and say, "What the? Oh!" He'll come to a sliding stop on that ice cavern floor, and then looking left, right, up, and down, and trying to figure out which way to run now. What the hell is going on? Is what's going to be going on through Lone Hunter's mind in this situation.
Hello, Lone Hunter.
The voice is familiar, but the eyes have tricks played upon them, and you don't smell the same. There's a whole lot of brimstone smell around you. You look like a friend of mine, but you smell like a stranger.
It's me, Atreus. I was transferred back to my home plane to speak to Asmodeus. I brought a friend. She's my charge until.
I didn't know you had a child. Did you save this child? But to prove that you are who you say you are, there is something that I loaned to you and gave to you. Can you show me this without me telling you what it is?
Oh yes, of course. And I'll pull out Shatterspike.
Okay. Cool, it's you! Man, you need a shower.
I've grown used to the smell of brimstone over my many years, but if it really bothers you that much, I can try and melt down some snow, and when we take when we try and get ourselves some sleep, some possibly a longer than usual rest.
Yeah, that might work. Or do you have? I've heard out in the larger metropolitan areas of Waterdeep that they have this new potion called Axe for Tiefling.
Yes, yes. I usually purchase the smaller can. I mean the smaller potion, the hand axe for tieflings. It's like a
Light
travel
axe.
size.
Yeah, because you can't take it on interdimensional plane trip.
Yes.
Can't
Oh,
take it to other planes.
Because of planes, less than 4 ounces on a plane.
Yeah.
yes.
Well, when these two appear in a puff of flame and sulfur smoke, Shardak springs to his feet with his axe in his hand. So the two of you see, well,
Axe?
not much. You guys see a big fur
Why don't
parka.
you draw me? It could have been fire giant.
Waith, this is not the time. And
It is always the time to stick me in things.
but a big figure in like fur parka and fur pants, and that's really it. Because like my voice is just coming from a fur-lined hood. And
I should ask. I should know this, but how long have I been gone?
minutes.
Oh my God! It seems it seems
Seems like a week or a couple weeks, but
months, a year.
I was
But-
going to say it feels
15
like
years, man.
it feels like about 2 weeks since I've seen you.
Yeah. But I believe it was minutes, right, DM?
Yeah. About 15, maybe 20.
A lot.
And your friend. Are you sure this is the place for her?
She somehow managed to find her way into the infernal plane. My Asmodeus gave her to me as a charge, that we might complete this mission together, and upon completion, she would be free of a contract she made with him.
Now, all the while you were reconciling, Regina was sitting like motionless. She was trying to pretend that she's in shock from interdimensional travel, but mostly she was trying to determine what the hell she gotten herself into this time. So now that she sees people turning towards her and wondering who's she, what the hell is going on, she's using the remnants of her fake blood, and she suddenly now starts like putting them on her face and on her clothes, and like, oh no, what's going on? Everything hurts. And then she falls on the floor and starts rolling, and is like seemingly in agonizing pain, and trying to pretend that she's like this little girl lost in the ice cave.
Lone Hunter say, this Asmodeus, whoever he is that you talked about, gave you a defective slave. And besides that, you need to let the slave free. Everyone should be free.
By my count, she is free to go as she pleases.
She doesn't appear to be in any condition to do anything.
However,
she seems insane.
I'm sure she is. I've never. I don't really know much about her. However,
You bring a spy into us.
I don't know. Apparently, the towns that have been being attacked by the giants are halfling towns. So
The last one was a half.
oh, the last one. Okay, the last town that was attacked by the giants was a halfling town. She might be a little more useful to us than we think. She is fairly connected to this issue that we're dealing with. My main concern is being able to keep my magic that is imbued upon me by Asmodeus. So, yes, she's free to go, but if you want me to do magic as I can, she's going to have to stay with us.
So she drops her act at this point, stands up, is like, really? None of you three has any compassion to a hurt little girl? And she's talking like this. I was screaming for help. I was screaming for someone to heal me because it's burning and I'm all in this blood and stuff.
It ain't blood, Lone Hunter said.
Listen,
You're out of your mind.
After you've seen
extremely high passive perception.
Yeah, after you've seen the things that we've seen, and I'm sure that they've seen as well. I'm sorry, but this is one of those things that you just kind of have to deal with yourself.
All right, whatever. Just to let the load off your mind there, Pally. Can I call you Pally? I will call you Pally. Yeah, I did not sign that, so you are free from all this guilt trip. You can just cut it out right now.
But you do have worth that we could use you. You are small, kind of like the and Lone Hunter would be reflecting it back onto like fishing, where a worm is small on the hook for catching a big fish. But you're small. We could use you like a worm on the hook to catch some bigger fish. We saw 2 of them just down the road. The core cavern. They're big. They're big lizards. So we might be able to get you to coax them out. We can jump on them.
Perfect. And then I'm gonna punch you in the nuts.
Okay. Reach that tall.
So we got a deal. I lure these dragons out of their lair, and then I punch you in the nuts.
Sounds good to me.
So
all right.
Show me the way. Take me tonight to the lair of the dragon and so on and so forth.
Shardak, Lone Hunter. Where is Serena?
Oh well, that's she's back down the corridor behind this big rock.
Yeah, that's the thing.
She's playing possum. She's doing a real good job of it. I mean, she played stop and go. She's frozen in place real good. She's playing like she's dead.
I shake my head. I'm not exactly sure about what's going on here. Period. It appeared to us, it seemed to me that I motioned with my head to like the cavern from whence we came, and I say, there was a couple dragons there, and
yeah, just big lizards.
They seemingly destroyed Serena, whoever the hell it was, Celestina,
Serena.
And her, what you call it, her elemental.
Burning bush.
Yeah, I say now we're on a mission of revenge.
Mm-hmm. So that's what usually
Vengeance.
happens to your episodical companions? Is that it?
I'm gonna be really honest. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Good. Good stuff.
Not all of them.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
Actually, we had a pair of twins that actually just decided to leave. Honestly, but
Well, I can see why.
well, to be fair, the one of them was kind of mentally crazy and had like the mental capacity of like a human 5-year-old.
Oh,
And
so is that a problem? So this, because
no,
that
that
shit
was
comes towards her.
it was a pre-existing condition.
Not covered.
Yeah,
Oh.
it wasn't covered by the guild, so
Oh,
so they sought
So this
out.
is not an inclusive group, you know.
Because we don't believe in socialization medicine in the guild.
Yeah, obviously. All right, then let's see how it goes this time.
So, how are your you and Shardak and Moonhunter?
on a scale of 1 to 113, I'm at 20.
Oh, fucking hell!
Like I said, I'm fucked up. Like my parka, my fur pants are just blood soaked, and a lot of it is mine.
Yeah.
And Moonhunter.
And once like even the adrenaline wears off from you guys popping in and me being on alert, once that kind of rush
I believe you didn't have
goes
any.
away, you can see my shoulders slump and my back stoop when I put my axe away. I look beat up.
You were out of lay on hands anyway. Okay.
Yeah, I'm completely out. That's why I'm asking.
Regina looks you up and down and says, "Well, at this point in my village, we'll just use the biggest hammer to the temple and just, spare him the rest of his pain and suffering."
Block of wood behind the shed.
Yeah, but apparently you don't do that around here.
No. Why don't
you
we?
big fellas just go and rest somewhere and tell me where the dragons are, and I'll go have a look, and then I'll meet you back at the. Are you doing a fire here, or how's this going?
Well, we had a cave, not far down down the hill, the mountain here. And you did say we're back at the top, right, Mike? DM.
You're in the lower level of the glacial rift.
Oh shit!
So you have to go up out of the glacial rift again, and then back down to the valley where you found the hidden cave.
Like far, right?
2 hours.
Yeah.
Back down.
And do we know of a place that we can fortify closer to our current location? Was that at all established last session?
They did find some other places a little farther south in this cave complex that was had some frost giant skeletons and a cave.
It was like an old storeroom or something. I don't even remember.
Yeah, there was an old storeroom as well, and then it was labeled the Great Hall, but it was a cave in it. Several frost giant skeletons, and the map that you found on the one of the frost giants just had the grand entrance that you all came in that you're in now, the provision room where the dragons are, the storeroom, and then what they called the Great Hall that was caved in, and then behind it, the map you had like armory, barracks, various sundry other places marked on there, but you get there through the cave in, and that was all that the map had on it for this lower level that you got. Frost giant.
Um.
The frost giant skeleton. And they were labeled in common, too.
Well, I say we just find a sneaky place to hunker down.
Well, this room here, the one that you told me that you guys told me had the cave in. Why not we go there? Um, because I mean, who would really look for living beings among something that was long caved in?
I slap you on the shoulder. I say, that's just what I was thinking. Maybe that, plus, it might not be accessible to giants, but there might be enough room for us to move around.
Yes,
It was a giant-sized cavern.
but like with in its current state, he means.
It is still a giant-sized cavern. It is just the back way has been caved in.
Oh.
The map shows that the room is larger than it is. It's just...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And where the back area is caved in, maybe there's room for us to squeeze through.
Mm-hmm.
Speak for yourself, Lone Hunter. Say, I have a hard time squeaking through tight, small, tiny spaces.
We'll use lard
Well, you did it once in
and a
your life.
crowbar.
Who says his mom was a tiny place?
Yes.
So let's go to that room. We're not gonna find our answers just standing here.
I agree. Let's move. Come, little one. Do you need us to carry you?
Yes. I can barely keep up.
Tip. Somehow,
Do you pick him up?
Lone Hunter doesn't really totally buy that. He just thinks that she's lazy.
Stares at you as like, you owe me a kick in the balls one this time.
Shit. Wrong button.
Halfling pro tip, you big fellas. If you're looking for a place to hide and hack for the night, make sure it has more than one exit.
That's more guards we gotta have.
That's life-saving situation if something blocks the way that you cannot defeat. Like I hear you have great success last time you met something.
Wait, hold on,
I did
Regina.
it. I'm here.
I really don't think that you should say that, especially out loud.
What?
Just don't talk about not being able to kill giants. It's too loud.
Oh, okay.
We don't want to get it started.
Get what started?
Oh, you know.
What? That crazy person that's nothing but wanting to drink my cousin's blood.
Yes.
Tastes
yes.
good. I like it. Giants go down. I can wherever I go. Slain so many giants in my life. I cannot even count how many giants I've slain.
And then I look at my
companion.
I look at my companions. I say, for as much as you complain about the sword's chatter, you taunt it?
Well, it's fun sometimes.
Perhaps you should give it me to the little girl. She seems to have the right attitude.
You're bigger than she is tall.
Since
All
we
in
are
spirit.
Times.
since we are preparing for a to hunker down for a rest, I will call upon my steed if we have the time. If we can wait the 10 minutes for my casting.
I heard that there's a sneaky beholder somewhere who wrote a guide. I think his name was Xanather.
Oh yes,
And I heard that in there, and I heard that in that guide for which he is named, or which it is named after him, that there's a spell in there, summon greater steed?
Yes.
Oh, I was just wondering if you were aware of that or not. So.
Yes, I don't believe I am learned enough to know such a spell.
But you could call your other steed, right?
Yes, of course.
I'd be okay with that. I like how I don't mind having it around.
Yeah, he can call his other Steve. It's hey Steve! Steve, where are you? Get back here!
Shardak is like an animal lover, so
Tree hugging.
it's pretty cool, he thinks, when you have your steed around.
So however long that takes, DM.
10 minutes, I'm assuming. Summon greater steed?
Yeah, I'm looking for it myself.
I see summon lesser demon, summon greater demon. I'm not seeing summon
Greater.
steed.
It was like I've seen it before. That's the one that like allows you to summon like great, amazing shit.
Fine.
Well, like a griffin. I can't remember, but saber-tooth tiger, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But I'd totally go griffin. Who wouldn't go griffin, right?
Right.
Am I right?
Yeah, if you got that as an option, you go griffin. Or maybe dragon. Dragon.
I don't even know if dragon's on there as an option.
It is fine. Greater steed, not summon. Fine.
Fine.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
There you fucking go. Piss me off. Semantic screwed us again, hey.
Well, you're looking it up alphabetically. And you're going
It's like when everyone's like, "Oh, make a concentration check," but no one even knows what it is, eh? You tell them that it's a Constitution saving throw, and they're surprised.
Right. It's like, excuse me for playing earlier editions.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Cookie time, Michael.
Does it just happen? Does anything happen in that 10 minutes? What's up?
No, you take your time. You cast your spell. You have your giant goat again.
Cool. And I walk over and I kind of scratch him behind the ear.
Me too.
Pegasus, Marathon, Direwolf, Rhinoceros. Fucking Rhinoceros. That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
dude. Yeah, Griffin, Pegasus. I don't know what that one is.
Pegasus would be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Paragon,
But the saber-tooth tiger, that's the way to go.
Flash bird thing.
You're like He-Man with the saber-tooth tiger.
Yeah. Or it like in this place that we're at, it's either you go for the direwolf or the saber-tooth tiger.
Dude, Rhinoceros.
Yeah, but he's not
in a glacier.
He's not going to be that.
Rhinoceros in a glacier. It could be a woolly rhinoceros.
What, you want a saber-toothed tiger in a fucking...
Yeah, dude.
That's kind of an ice age creature, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they lived in the glaciers.
No, but he has a warm, furry coat where he can curl up into it at night.
Give him a walrus.
Well, I don't know if a goat's much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, yeah. A walrus? Fuck, man, that'd be way. Oh, wow. They're like giant.
But be slow.
Yeah.
Well.
But we wouldn't go hungry.
And I don't think there's
not in the water.
And I don't think there's any like legal stats for a walrus.
A walrus? I would literally they're literally the size of an elephant.
Jesus.
Like they're 4 or 5 tons. Like they're so massive, walrus. So massive. And not scared of fucking anything.
Yeah. So, Regina, if you'd like, you can sit upon the steed. If you cannot walk in the cold, or keep up with us.
Thank you.
And Regina, she's dressed in what?
In rags, and
Yeah.
she's barefoot, and
Yeah, did Osmodeus provide her with furs?
He did not.
no.
Did not.
Asshole.
I don't
Right.
know, we're not much better. We're just dragging around now like this child in rags.
Insane child.
Well, don't we have like a shitload of furs and stuff? Lone hunter?
Well, let's see here. Let me double check here. Go through.
Well, I
these
know there
notes.
was rooms here. Like there was like furs and bed piles and shit.
I know Lone Hunter's.
Up in the upper level there were.
Does your steed come with like these bags that go both sides of the saddle?
Saddlebags?
Yeah.
Shit, with
All
all
right.
the money we have, I probably. Well, no, because I mean, I summoned it, so it's not like it's coming with saddlebags necessarily.
Well,
I
since
would
you
say
summoned
they
it,
come with a saddle and such.
I would read the spell because that greater one right there, it said specifically that like it drops a gear.
I would say become fully loaded with standard gear.
Fully loaded.
perfect.
Sunroof.
Power windows, tilt steering wheel, all that shit.
Yeah. Sunroof,
So,
yeah.
I'll just
That'll
crawl
inevitably-
into one of those bags.
Okay.
I want to say we got one or two Yeti hides. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How big is Regina?
She's about 3.4 or something. 3.5 maybe.
3.5.
And then weight.
I don't know. Halflings were about 40 pounds or something.
Like a 6-year-old child.
Something like that, yeah. 6-7-year-old.
Okay.
So I think she can, crawl into one of these large saddlebags of your magnificent steed, whatever that was. I hope it's not a walrus.
It's a demonic goat.
Oh, demonic goat. Perfect. Great. So she'll huddle in there and probably grab some part of the skins or whatever this big, nasty fella throws at her.
Giant goat, not just a regular goat. It's a giant goat.
Yeah. A giant demonic goat.
And she'll start snoring immediately because she needs her beauty rest before you settle in for the night so that she can go on scouting while you rest.
Okay. Yeah, so
Unless you need her to watch over you so that you all need to rest, that she's not aware of that yet.
well we're gonna try and get to the to this caved in
Collapse
room.
room. Yeah.
So that we can all rest.
You
Out
head-
of game, it's for like regaining spells and like all that other good shit.
You head south to the Great Hall, onto the second passageway on the south. That's then Y's, and if you recall, if you head north at the Y, it goes into that storeroom that was all molded and broken stuff. Or if you take a right and head farther south into the caved-in room, which was a great grain hall, bigger possibly than the grain hall that you came in.
Mm-hmm.
So, fellas, do you need me to watch over you, or can I go about and scout a little? What do you think?
Well, does this room look like it's a high traffic area?
It does not. You have carcasses of the ice toads that you killed, but it doesn't look like too awful much has ventured down here.
Okay, let's see here.
Well, I kind of shrug. I say, I don't know. It appears kind of safe. If you would venture off and do some scouting, but don't draw any attention because I'm depleted seriously of energy.
So we're back up on level 1, right?
No, you're still level 2. You're in room 4.
Still level 2? Oh, okay. Then,
The cave where you were killed by ice toads. Well, not killed, but
level 2. Yeah.
Quick question, Mike. These are caves. There's no fucking way there's like bright light anywhere, right?
that is correct.
Perfect.
Ice cave, isn't it? All ice cave as well?
Yeah.
Michael?
The top level was ice cave. This is more stone.
Oh, okay.
But there is still ice and frost on the sides of the stone walls.
Mhm.
Great. So I'll put on my night goggles. I will strap on my knife to the waist, and I'll put on my cloak because I obviously have a cloak. Apparently not obviously. And then I'll just fade away into the shadow. You see me just like, a mirage disappearing into nothingness.
Just sidling away all suspiciously.
And then you only see these footsteps of my very, very gentle halfling feet that will be barely visible even to our great scoutsmen over there. And then I just want to, of course, I would have asked you where those dragons were that I need to lure out and then we need to defeat so that I can get my reward. And I just want to go over there and just see what the deal is. I don't want to scout too much. Just want to see the dragons where they are, and then I want to see the surrounding areas of where these fellas are going to rest, and then I'll just return and maybe finish some watch or something, take a watch shift.
Okay. You head and you look at some of these side passages that just camped out down in the southern end of this great thing by the rock slide. You find that if you check out the very north of this cavern, because like I said, it is very huge from where they're located. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It is 150 feet to the northern tip of it. Where they're camped out at, and it ends in a narrow type thing, and you can find it's very frosty. In the center of the cavern, you find several ice toads that have been slain, and the north part of it, that tip, you will find the layer of the ice toads, which is, I have no idea what an ice toad layer would look like, but that's what it looks like. In the center of the cavern, or by the rock slide, there are 3 frost giant skeletons.
Oh.
They look like they've been damaged from rock slide.
How close are these to the camping fellas?
Very close.
Very close. Maybe I won't go see the dragons, although I really want to. Maybe. So how many frost giants? How many giants did you say?
There are 3 frost giant skeletons down in this in the southern part where they're camping out. They're just skeletons. They look like they were destroyed, killed, like have broken bones and like a skeleton smashed by a rock.
So, but the giants themselves, do they look like pretty roughed up?
Bones, skeletons.
Oh, sorry?
The skeletons.
The skeletons do. The giants look okay. Or am I getting everything wrong?
They look like the skeletons of frost giants. There's no flesh. It's just.
Okay. So, all right. No danger. All right, gotcha.
Well, you never know. I mean, just because they're skeleton. You know, shit. But
this is Dungeons and Dragons.
Character has like 8 intelligence, so yeah, no danger here.
Okay. And if you check out the other branch, they took directly left on the Y heading south. If you go north to that branch, you will find the place contains the remnants of carcasses a few broken boxes with soiled provisions, some split sacks containing smoldering grain, casks of wine turned to vinegar, and ale barrels that had been stove in.
Well, Mike, basically my character won't be looking like that much into detail. She'll just basically be scouting just for anything that moves that can be a danger to her and the rest. She wouldn't like be going into and finding like specific loot and shit. She'll just be browsing for danger, and then she just wants to look at the dragons just to make sure that these are indeed dragons, that they were not lying to her about it.
Problem with the dragons. While you're sitting there, they told you where it went. There's this huge boulder that has been rolled across that you can now see where it is. It's not so hidden because the frost and the ice chunks that were kind of making it blend in have been broken because they rolled it out of the way. So and they rolled it back, so it's no longer, you can see where the broken ice is. So you can see the outline of the boulder. It's no longer hidden. But it is a huge, massive boulder blocking where they said the dragon.
Oh, so I cannot squeeze in and have a look?
You cannot. It has to be moved. Or maybe something else. But as you're checking that out, I rolled a 2. I have to go back, sorry, because I'm flipping through. Give me a stealth check. I'm assuming you're hiding, right?
I'm hiding, and I'm invisible.
Oh, invisible? Okay.
Yeah, I'm fucking invisible as long as there's no bright light, or I do something like cast a spell or do an action, or I like attack something. So do I get an advantage, or because they still can hear me and see my footprint?
Yeah, you'll have an advantage. Where is it?
Nice. I rolled 2 4s, so that's a 12 total on my check.
You hear a grinding noise. A 12? What? You hear a grinding noise behind you as you're looking at this boulder. And if you turn around and look, you will see that on the other side, you will see that some of the wall on the opposite side of this cavern, where you had originally met these people, is breaking and moving apart, realizing that on the other side of this room, there's another secret door boulder that you couldn't tell previously because the ice and the frost had just melted the whole thing in, so it looked like this continuous wall. But the boulder's now being moved and the ice is cracking. And you see exiting from that area, a frost giant.
A live one.
A live one, 24 feet tall, big, bushy blonde beard, big, bushy blonde hair sticking out from his helmet that has the 2 tusks coming out on the side of it. Bare arms. Big, huge, muscular, bare arms. Slung across his back in one hand, he's holding a sack. And you also see a giant great axe. That would be, even two-handed for him, let alone, much bigger than you. It's at least 15 feet long. Great axe. Sticking out from his back. And as he's walking out of there, you can hear him mumbling under his breath, "Bork, bork, 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 bork." Which, I don't know if you had the Swedish chef in Bulgaria, but...
Yeah, I heard about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what they all...
Muppets. It's famous. Classic.
So this giant is like, he's heard something and he's looking for me, but he can't see me or something?
As far as you can tell, he just came out from that room, is now rolling the stone back. You saw him, you heard him. Still looking at my dog last week, knocked my book over, and so I lost all my bookmarks for the giant star. So I'm flipping through the book to see what the passive perception of a giant is. It's not good, I can tell you that. What would you like to do as a reaction to seeing him exit and closing that thing again?
Well, obviously, I freeze in in place to make sure if he like noticed me or not.
Okay.
And that my reaction would depend whether he's like looking for something or he's just totally ignoring my existence and continuing on his way.
You got a 12?
I got a 12.
All right. As he rolls the stone back into place with one hand because he's just that fucking massive strong, he turns around and proceeds to start to head up north into the upper levels, but he stops himself and freezes and looks over in your direction. Do you speak giant?
Nope.
Okay. And
It's so bug to me.
narrows his eyes looking, and then you hear the booming voice go, bork, 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 bork.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I will move to within. Sorry.
Looking directly at where you are.
Perfect. I'm still invisible though.
Yep.
So I'll try to move within 30 feet of him, and then I'll speak into his mind in. I'll try common. I bet he wouldn't understand common, but I'll try in common that, and I'm gonna tell him, "You fool! You're looking for mirages again." That's my ghost-wise halfling ability to just one-way telepathically speak into the minds of people.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know they had that. Okay, cool.
But he may not understand me, so he just hears some gibberish in his mouth, in his head.
Is it language dependent?
I don't know. Let's double check.
Is it like the warlock patron, the great old one, where the awakened mind? If it is, then
similar.
Then
let me double check and read it in full.
Then they would understand if it's like that.
No, I think this one they don't.
Racial ability, racial telepathy for Ghostwise Halfling. Just read it.
All right, you can speak telepathically to any creature within 30 feet of you. The creature understands you only if the two of you share a language. So he may not understand me, but I will still speak into his mind in gibberish.
You'll see him looking around now, like he'll even take one hand, like beat it on his head real quick. More, bork, 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 bork.
So I'll assume that he doesn't understand me. So in that case, I'll start going like woohoo, and then woohoo, and then just doing this in his mind to different sides.
Yeah. You will see him. Yeah, he'll be reacting to that. Scanning around, looking. He'll walk into the middle of the room.
I will always try to keep distance away from him.
Sniffing and sniffing. And he's going to make a survival check to notice where anybody has gone through. And naturally, he wouldn't. He's got perception. I'll give him a perception check then. He's scanning the ground, scanning around, puzzled look upon his face. He'll even take his axe off his back one time and just boom, smash it down on the ground. One time near you, so much so that the force of the blow knocks you down to the ground. Just flavor stuff.
But I'm brave and I don't get faced by this intimidation attempt. I know he can't see me.
And then he proceeds to leave and head north.
Damn it. Is he going? Is that like towards my people?
No, heading north up into the upper levels.
Oh shit! All right. Okay. So he closed the boulder, so I cannot really see where he came from.
No, and it is just as massive as a dragon.
No, okay. Then I'll go back to my peeps and then keep watching over them while they rest.
So the boulder that you're talking about is this one over here, where the yellow markers running around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is marked as B on the map, I believe. Yeah.
I'll underline it like that. That way.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Hence,
All
another
right.
way has been discovered for you all. That was not on the map you found on the frost giant skeleton at the cave-in area at all.
Okay. Good to know. Yes. Very good to know.
He heads off to the north. Do you follow him?
No. I get back to my peeps.
Oh, yeah.
I start keeping watch on them, make sure they have a fine rest. I've also tried to be within 30 feet of our giant ranger. And as he sleeps, I'm going to sing a lullaby in halfling in his mind so that no one else is disturbed, but only him.
Are you wishing to wake him by it or to actually soothe him?
No, it's like,
Okay.
it's neutral. It's neither soothe him nor...
It's just to fuck with them. To
Yeah.
get even with excuse the language out there, internet, but because of the initial role play between their the Goliath calling the halfling insane.
It's also a lullaby about worms and how they live happily in the mud.
The squishy worm. Worm in the mud.
Let me make a con save.
All right.
I think that would make sense to see whether or not the lone hunter would gain the benefits of the rest.
No. I'm not like doing it for the purpose that you don't. So anytime I see you like moving around in your sleep and about to wake up, then I'll stop so that you can go back to sleep. And I'll be closely following your REM movements. And all that.
Well, I was just trying to be fair to the DM on
No, that's fine.
on the situation.
It takes a lot to disturb a long rest too. You could have even had an encounter with the frost giant; it would have been fine. A couple minutes, fine. But when you wake up, the rest of the night will pass uneventfully. But when you wake up, lone hunter, you will have this vivid memory of thinking that you were a worm rolling around in mud and surrounded by mud. Whether that is a soothing, comforting, or disturbing dream is up to you.
And here I was just picturing him like subconsciously like just whistling this tune all day or humming it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
doesn't even know the words, but just humming it all day, kind of. What's that song you're humming? What?
It's locked in my head. I don't know why. It's just there. But I had such a sleep. I felt like I was back home with my tribe, and I was nothing more than just a youth playing in the rock and the mud.
And everybody will have the benefits of a long rest.
And then when you wake up, I'm gonna tell you all about the secret boulder and the giant who went up north and up to the higher level of this cave. Who came out of there?
Yeah. And I rolled a bunch of D12s. I got 1-1, meaning one random encounter.
So do you know him? He turns to the ranger.
Do I know him? You have to give me a little bit more information on him. Did he have a mole someplace and maybe a tattoo? Any necklaces or something that look unique? Because they are.
Oh, he was missing his ring finger on his left hand, and there was also like a great slash through his face, probably by another giant's axe.
Oh, that fits a couple people in the family history, but it sounds like Uncle Lester. He was always the black sheep that was spun on out. He'd like to fight too much but lose too little.
Well, maybe that was why he was like walking around alone. No one wants to like go with him.
Could be. He doesn't come to the family reunions much, but none of these cold-hearted beings seem to.
Let me get this straight. Like, some of your enemies are your relatives, and he points towards the rager. And then some of our enemies, well, our now enemies, are some of your relatives, like your uncle, and he points towards the paladin. So he turns to the barbarian, and who are your relatives? And should we be aware of them, or?
I just kind of shrug as I think about all the orcs I have slain.
All right, so you've taken care of that part yourself.
All the orcs you left. That's the troubadour concert hall. That's the Hill Giant setting.
Well, like they say, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family.
You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
No, but you can cut it off.
Right, good. So, in order to kick our friend in the nuts, someone has to move that boulder that holds the dragons.
The sword will speak up at this point. So let me get this straight. While they were in here sleeping, there was a frost giant walked by, and you did not come and get me to kill it.
Well, yes.
Bad girl. Never again. Whenever you see a frost giant, you come, you grab me, you stick me in it. It'll work. Trust me. I drink the blood of many a frost giant. Will drink more.
Good. Who am I talking to now?
A sword.
Me. Wait. I'm the legendary Waith, the slayer of giants, both frost, fire, hill, whatever. I care not. I slay them all.
I'm like tearing down like my camp, like rolling up my bedding and grabbing my backpack and my weapons, and I motion to Waith leaning against the wall next to my great axe. And I say, that sword is obsessed with killing giants, and it just
Because I'm good at it.
doesn't ever stop talking.
Oh,
Yes,
so you hear it too. Oh, good. I was thinking that I was going crazy.
Yes,
Boy, you can't go where you've been.
it's a sentient sword. It was mine at first, but
You were
it
too
got
much of a pussy.
very annoying.
Good.
Sneaking around, trying not to wake up the giants instead of sticking me in them. I swear.
My advice is ignore it and don't egg it on.
And kill frost giants.
It'll eventually shut up again. But
Yeah.
I'm sure that we'll run into some giants today, which will make it happy. So.
All right.
Well, there's the lone hunter say there are those two giant lizards.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Now who's the pussy?
No, I'm not afraid of them. I'm just not so hyped to go kill them.
Yeah, I'm not too hyped to go take on a couple dragons either. Oh, not at all.
Also, we're not doing this? Come on, I need to kick this guy in the nuts.
His nuts will be there tomorrow.
All right. I mean, I guess making me wait is gonna make me kick him in the nuts. Feel better.
Yeah. The anticipation, I have to admit, is like...
Yes. Okay then, so lead the way. I'm just a
Show us.
little innocent girl.
Well, I'm feeling better. I can move that rock today if we want to go check that out.
Yeah,
They're all talking. While they're all talking, and Regina is talking about like kicking someone in the nuts. Like in my mind, I'm thinking it's a giant. Like I'm thinking it's a giant and her. So I just like stand back while after I pack up all my stuff, I stand back and I look at her, and then like kind of look up at the ceiling
True, his nuts would be like 12 feet high, eh? 12 feet up.
And then look back down at her, and I just kind of shrug, like, huh. And then finally I say, "Good luck with your intention there."
There is the climbing on a creature, and
The giant is like. I'm laughing at my own joke.
I picture
He's like, I'm hung like a halfling. 3.5 feet and 40 pounds.
I picture that being very similar to getting like punched in the nose by a sprite or something, by a fairy. It's like you know what happened, but you don't feel it.
She just says, "Huh. All right. Well, if that's what you think. It's okay. But don't worry about me. As long as it got nuts, they're gonna get kicked."
I cross my legs.
By the way, did any of you notice if those dragons were male or female?
Probably one each.
All right, so at least one of them is gonna get half nuts. Perfect.
Show us where this boulder is.
So if you guys want to go check out that rock, I could probably move it today.
Today. Okay.
they had a little
But-
difficult the previous time.
His uncle moved it like with one hand. I'm just doing this to entice you.
Show me.
And then I'll get them to the place where the boulder is.
The goat is still there, by the way, and just pawing at the ground. You could have definitely still been riding him.
It's hard to sneak while riding a giant goat.
Yeah, that's true, but just putting it out there. Even the goat like kind of like shuffled a little bit when you kept talking about taking the nuts, by the way. Like even backed up slightly.
Good. Now, are we kicking something today, or can I turn towards the barbarian? Are you gonna move this boulder? Are we gonna do something?
Which boulder are you attempting to move? The one on the dragon cave, or the one that he told you about freshly discovered?
The freshly discovered one, I thought it was.
Okay, I mean that. Yeah, okay. Roll me an athletic strength check. Will somebody assist him?
Lone Hunter
The,
will.
the
You will have
goat.
advantage then.
The goat.
The goat will assist him. Come on, we can use some rope and stuff, and
So do you want me to roll in athletics with advantage then?
Yes.
Push.
How does a 27 do ya for?
You can do it with one hand if you want.
That just simply means that the goat was doing all the work.
What ev?
Alright.
27. I just fucking shove it out of the way.
Where would y'all like to be standing around as he's rolling it? I'm assuming Lone Hunter, if you're assisting, you will also be up there with him.
Yep.
What were you others be?
I'm kind of like helping the goat, like just kind of like trying to kind of guide him towards me, so that he knows which direction to be pulling, like with the rope and everything.
Within 50 feet of the opening and invisible.
Okay. All right.
So Shardak's pretty much like right in the doorway, right when
Yeah.
it opens up.
Well, Shardak and Lone Hunter were up at the mouth of the door, I would say, anyways, since we were pushing on it.
Just reading ahead real quick. Oh, yeah. That's interesting. Anything else in there? Nothing else in there. Okay. And the last one. All right. As you move the door across, you see that the room opens up. It is still the same rock cavern walls with occasional frost and ice hanging from it. It is a 30-foot tall ceiling. The cavern opens up into an oval type chamber that is 50 feet at its widest and narrows at the exit for 15, 20 feet. Exit as it continues on west. Standing in the center of the chamber. So from the entrance of 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50 feet. Exactly where the 5 is where it was standing. 10, 20, 30, 40 feet away, you see a frost giant. 24 feet tall. Big bare arms, patchwork armor. A giant-sized maul on his back. Several rocks and ice boulders lying around on the ground in front. And suspended over his head is a great horn made out of ginormous walrus. It is about 15 feet long and narrows at just enough to fit into his mouth, but is expansive out. Say it's mastodon. Say it's a mastodon tusk that has been hollowed out into a horn that is hanging from the ceiling above. And he says, "Bork, bork, 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 bork," as he reaches up for the horn. Let us roll initiative.
Nice.
You want me to roll for the goat?
Yeah. Do anything?
All right. Let's see. Stop sharing there. Let's get back over here. Initiative. Let's see.
Is the invisible Regina riding the goat, or is the goat hanging out by you?
Sorry?
Where is what's it called?
No, I'm not riding the goat. I'm gonna act independently. I said I would be within 15 feet of the opening of the border, so boulder.
Lone Hunter's initiative is 25.
What's with this?
Shardak's initiative is 12.
Hey, what about Atreus?
Atreus has 9.
Okay, Lone Hunter.
And I'm trying to pull up the stuff for Giant Goat
Uh-huh.
right now, so that I can.
What would you like to do, Lone Hunter?
Lone Hunter will say in Giant to him, "Olaf says to bring his supper to him now. Quit dawdling."
Giant Goat has a 4.
Mm-hmm. What's the Giant Goat's name again?
I'm trying to give him a different name. I'm gonna go with Onyx.
Onyx.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then Lone Hunter will be stepping forward to go on in and says, "And Olaf sent me down here to take your place while you bring him his supper."
Give me a deception check.
Okay. Not his best feature, but he always tries crazy shit.
It's gonna be a little while till my turn, so I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
That's an 11.
It's not high enough DC. Not at all.
Okay.
But what do you think? You're lying, or what do you just think you're wrong, or just tell Olaf to come down here and tell me himself? Or would you just be like, nah, fuck this. We don't have any Goliaths up here. We don't have any Goliaths up here. You're not wearing any tokens. You have a fucking half-orc with you. What the fuck? While I'm thinking about his reaction.
And a goat.
Goat. Demonic-looking goat. What would you like to do, Regina? You are invisible, sitting upon the goat.
So
90 feet away from the guy.
yes, but that's not a problem. So the horn is hanging from the ceiling.
Yes.
Perfect.
On via chains.
Would you? And it's within his grasp.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So Regina will dash, and she will dash like a motherfucker. She will. Well, no one will see this awesomeness because she's still invisible. But she'll be walking on the walls. She'll be like Spider-Man, but maybe some like cartoonish Spider-Man, like for example, Daffy. No, the Roadrunner. She'll be like the Roadrunner, but she'll be going up on the wall and then up on the ceiling, and then she will grab. It's hanging from a chain, right?
Yes.
If he, well, she's not that dumb. If he reaches out his hand, would he still be able to grab that horn, even if she pulls that all the way up to the ceiling?
It is a giant horn. It's like huge. Yes, he could reach up to the very ceiling itself and grab it.
All right, so then her plan would be dash over there.
How much movement do you got?
I have 55 feet of movement.
So that'd be 110? Okay.
Yeah. So then she will try to find the weakest link in the chain and just hit it with her awesome fists. If it's all dim light, basically she can even teleport like 60 feet during that, so that's not a problem.
It is dim light, but...
all right, cool. So she will run up, and then she will...
do you have any spider climb? How are you running on walls and ceilings? Or something
9th level monk, they can do that.
Okay, cool.
So she will do that. She'll run up, and then she will just poof out of a distance, and then poof right next to the chain, Nightcrawler's technique. And then she'll try to hit the weakest links of the chain so that this giant horn falls on the giant's head, hopefully breaking so that he cannot like do this thing. You know, when a horn is like has holes in it, it doesn't blow that well.
Yeah, it doesn't work very well. All right.
Yeah.
Roll it.
All right. I have 2 very quick attacks because now I'm going to use my bonus action to dash so that I can use my action to hit that. All right, 2 attacks on that chain. The first one is with advantage, and that is a measly 16.
It's a large immobile object that'll hit it.
And the second attack will be more than that. It will be an 18. Let's roll some damage. 2 hits. Total of 19 damage.
And a monk at that level, I believe that their unarmed attacks are magic weapons, so
yeah, they are.
That might give you a.
It does. It does kind of help. How many hit points would a chain have?
Well, I would.
It's in a DMG.
Going by the object hit points, and being that this is we're in a giant lair and whatnot, I would call the object small, which would just chest or loot size, and then give it the resilient hit points, which would be 3d6. Unless you want to give it this fragile hit points, which is 1d6.
No, it definitely doesn't have fragile.
Well, that's why I said the resilient.
Yeah.
So at max, you're talking 18.
And I did a 19 damage.
It's looking like it's enough to break the chain.
Fleetwood Mac? Anyone?
Chains keep us together, running in the shadows. Matt, and the thing will fall, as I said, 30 feet. The horn itself will fall to the ground, taking 3d6 damage. As you break the chain, 8 points of damage, which is enough to, it's not destroyed, but it is half broken.
And now everyone will see me hanging about the head of this giant.
The giant's looking up at you like, as this horn comes and smashes, clattering down into the ground. Bork, 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 bork. Which is like, those who speak giant will understand who's going, what the hell? There's a fly up here. That would be Regina. Shardak, what would you like to do?
Shardak, the instant he sees like this giant in this room, he's, because I don't know about him using the horn, but I don't want him to call an alarm anyhow, like out the hallway or whatever, because it's too easy to get overwhelmed. So I'd like to get rid of this guy as quick as possible. So all in one fluid motion, I begin rushing towards him, and I draw Waith.
That's what I'm
From off-
talking about, son.
Off my back. I just grab Waith by the hilt and I just shake the scabbard. Like the scabbard just goes flying.
Waith will shake the scabbard off.
Yeah.
With
And
hesitation.
I'll use a bonus action to rage. And I just throw myself at this guy in a frenzy of reckless attacking. So I'm going to use this. So this is with Waith. Ooh.
Are you recklessing?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
What'd you call it? 23?
That will hit said giant. And he remains upright.
I did 32 points of slashing damage on that first attack. As I just like throw myself basically at his shins.
No!
Just, and we know how it is to whack your shins, right?
He's
On a
hopping on
coffee
one foot, holding his shin. Oh! Bork, bork, bork.
And
Oh.
on my second attack, again, I rolled a 23.
This one will
18s on both with advantage. 37 points of damage on my second attack. As, like I said, I go flying at his shins and I whack them, and then I do a backhand swing and I slice at them again, trying to drop him to the ground.
And blood comes out from this wound as you slam into him. That's right, he is bloodied.
And I am done.
Atreus, if you're back, it is now your turn.
Yes. I brandish a shatter spike for the first time ever.
He is 40 feet away, however.
Damn.
Standing. You got to hit the second time. He falls to the ground. He is prone. As the fourth away drops him to his knees.
Mm-hmm.
He is technically prone now.
Okay. Damn it! But see, the thing is that I still have to get there.
Yeah. 40 feet.
Yeah. I can't attack. Well, all right. So, hmm. Okay. Matter of fact, I don't do that. I'm gonna do something that worked in the last setting. Let's see how well this works out again. Instead of taking off Shatter Spike, I'm gonna take out my hammer. Hold it two-handed, and over my head, I just whip it at the giant.
Alright, disadvantage attack roll.
Of course.
Throne, you can still use strength mod, but that's fine.
Yep. Okay. Strength, but not proficiency, right?
If I'm giving you disadvantage, you can maintain proficiency.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so 17 is definitely gonna not be the one, but a 5 plus 8.
Clank. Oh, cancel that out. He's prone. No, that would still be disadvantage on thrown attacks. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. 8 will miss, or
No, a 5 plus 8, so that's 13.
yeah, clanks off of one of his patchwork armor
Damn.
and falls to the ground next to him.
I do have an extra attack, but
You can throw a javelin.
I don't have javelins. I have hand axes. That's the best I've got.
One of those then.
All right, I'll try that then.
Also be at disadvantage since he's prone.
Since he's prone, yeah. Same thing.
Would you like to use your movement to get near him at least?
Yeah, I'm gonna move forward. Just I'm going full. I'm going full thing.
You're 10 feet away from him. Goat boy.
Onyx. All right.
Onyx,
Wow, he
9 feet away from the giant, 50 feet behind, or where you were standing at the 50 feet behind the boulder.
Okay. And he's got 40 shit. He's gonna move up. He's gonna move up to at least 30 feet away from him.
Okay.
From the giant.
So right inside the cave entrance, right past the boulder.
Yeah.
Because Bone Hunter as he does such.
Because he's got 40 feet of movement, but he still won't be able to attack, and getting him closer would screw up his whole attack. So yeah, so that's Onyx's turn then.
First things first, the giant stands up, raises high, towering over everybody, except for Regina, who is clinging to the broken chain at the top of the ceiling. he will pick up the horn and try to blow it. That will be his action. It was damaged. How would I roll that damage? I'm thinking a con because he's winding a horn that was damaged with the con check being 10 plus half damage dealt. How's that sound? Or 10 plus damage dealt.
Sounds about right.
Oh, it's half broken. So let's say a DC 20 con check, making it a difficult check to wind a broken horn. Pork curses, and he slams the thing down to the ground, breaking it the rest of the way, and turns to flee. You may have an opportunity attack against him, Kardak.
I will.
As should Regina have him?
No, probably not. She's like more than 5 feet above him.
Yeah. Kardak would be the only one to get an opportunity attack if he turns to
I rolled a 21 to attack. To
that.
hit. 32 points of slashing damage.
Blood flows
And he can make another check too.
Oh shit! Fuck! And he falls to the ground. Giant's missing fucking DC 15 strength save.
I'm just chopping at his like fucking Achilles tendons.
Turns to flee, whack him right there, and he falls down face first into the icy cold stone floor. And you can hear him whimpering instead of yelling. That would be his turn. Lone Hunter. He didn't even get away enough to yell at people. Lone Hunter, what would you like to do? Lone Hunter? I don't think you're muted. Did he step away or something from us? Be right back. Okay. So we're waiting on Lone Hunter to return at the moment. The giant is beyond bloodied. He is about a fourth of the way done. Just FYI, you do about 25% of the giant's hit points every time you whack something. Charak.
And I hit him 3 times, so.
And he's at 25% left. One more. But he is lying prone at your feet. His feet are where you are in melee. His head is, 20 feet away because he is just that tall, that huge, and that monster. And when he falls, every time you strike him with weight, when the floor shakes a little bit, icicles fall from the ceiling. A shred of, misty ice particles.
And Waith is loving it.
Yes, I will drink his blood thoroughly. Let him live till I go again. Do not kill him. Lone Hunter, you up? No.
Charles.
Well, I think is he the one who BRB bio?
Yeah.
That was like 22 minutes ago.
You know how sometimes a poop is.
And he's an old man. Yeah.
Difficulty starting a stream. I don't know. Prospect size of a great stream. I'm not seeing his little window where normally he's got XSplit, so he's got like him and camera in like a corner, but I'm not seeing it.
You're not seeing me.
There you are.
There you are.
Hello.
Your go, Lone Hunter. The giant tried to win the horn. He failed. He turned around and to flee, but got hit by an opportunity attack by Shardak and fell to the ground and went to the end. So his feet are still the same place, but his head is now 20 feet away from where he was located earlier. What would you like to do? He is quite bloody now at his ankles due to the weight of weight.
Is he bloodied or dead?
He's about 25%.
Okay. Lone Hunter will walk up to him. He'll pull his dagger out. He will put his foot in the middle of his back if he's prone.
Mm-hmm. He is prone, flat on his face.
And he will cut his throat. And as he's cutting his throat, is, damn you dysfunctional families of ours. Every time a Goliath comes over, extending a hand, you try to kill us and our friends.
What was your movement anyway?
My movement is, 30 feet?
All right, you'll have to use a bonus action dash out of your thief to get to that.
All right.
But yeah,
that's no problem.
All right. And you'll have advantage because he is prone.
All right. It doesn't matter. Rolled the same on both, so it that will be. Let's see here. On that, my dagger attack. That is a 19.
That will hit.
And let's see here. And I have advantage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
we'll get your sneak.
Yep. I think it's good. All righty. That's 4 and 9 is 13 plus 3, 16 points of damage.
Ah! He wins is in pain. That would just be attack number 1, though.
Yep. And let's see here. Damn, my dice wants to roll the same each time on itself. So that'd be a 16.
What?
And that does not get the sneak attack, so it will only be.
Yes. Oh, it's once per turn.
Yeah. And it will only be 5 points of damage.
He whimpers a little less than he did the first time?
And that's, I believe, all I can do.
Okie dokie, you are now standing on the giant's, on the back of his shoulders or whatever, reaching down, stabbing your knife into his throat. He is huge and, I mean, you're a big dude, but he is fucking huge and massive. So, trying to slit it. You're cutting into it, but you haven't quite slipped it all the way. Blood, you do feel warm. Well, actually, no, sorry. Let me rephrase it. You feel icy cold blood running down your hand as you stick it in there.
Okay.
Regina, what would you like to do?
So you said the ceiling was about 30 feet high, right?
Yes.
So she will swing on the chain, do a little pirouettes with a twist, and try to land on this guy's neck from 30 feet up.
Is there some sort of slow fall thing or something?
Of course. I mean, she would never take damage from such a lowly height.
I got some guys don't know how to adjudicate.
But I'm trying to add, if you want to add some damage to my punch falling from this. So if I roll my attacks right,
and with advantage, right?
He's prone.
Yeah. First one will be 15.
That will hit.
Second one will be the same, 15. Rolling awesomely tonight. That was with advantage and +8. So regular damage will be 17. And if you want to add my falling damage from that, I'd appreciate it.
But you don't take falling damage.
I don't, but he might. I'm falling on his neck. Like I'm from 30 feet up. Like.
Woo! I see it in an anime setting, like it's falling out. You got your hands out and that 1 foot right there, and just kind of jam that foot right into his spine, and he'd break it. He had 16 hit points.
And as I land, I'll land like a young Romanian gymnast, and I'll do a twirl, a twist, and a little curtsy.
You see his extremities like shake and tremor for a minute, and spasm, and then stop. And a bit of icy blood rolls out of his mouth and out his nose.
I naturally expect 10s all around from all the judges.
You're not Nadia.
And maybe her cousin. I don't know. You all have something.
That'd be a good one.
Little miniature cousins.
I go over and pick up my my warhammer and my hand axe and scratch Onyx behind the ears and just say, next time, buddy, you'll be able to get in there.
Taste some blood.
As I come out of my rage, I'll wipe off on this guy's clothing, wipe off the blood, and then sheath it, find the scabbard. And I'm gonna check this giant out. I want to see if he has any like bags on him or any jewelry or anything. And just kind of that. Check his pouches, so the DM can roll on the giant item bag.
I do
item.
love rolling on the giant item bag. All right. Go ahead, you roll it. Give me a percentage.
Okay, I will get you.
Oh shit! All right. Before you do so,
08.
Guys.
Yep.
It was very great playing again, but I really feel very sick right now, and I'm just going to drop out.
All right.
All right, get well.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. It was awesome playing with you. See you around.
All right.
And with that, there'll be a fiery inferno again at her feet. And you'll hear a booming voice going, I see what you did with your contract. You'll be here to write this. And flames engulf Regina. And she disappears.
Damn.
Is there like a pentagram burnt into the ground or something like that?
Yeah, there'll be the remnants of a pentagram that you see burnt into the icy frosted floor when this.
Ooh. Yes, I rolled a 08.
Hello, Ryan.
You found a few small boulders. Not normal rocks. Not their normal throwing rocks. I mean, for you, they're still, quite large. But for a giant throwing rock, it's more like a giant marble.
I kind of want to take a couple.
Okay. They say way back.
And then I'm going to invent bowling.
Well, they already have holes pre-drilled. They look like orc heads.
That's just what you find in the giants.
Oh well, that's cool.
What else would y'all like to do?
Check the rest of this room. Was this like a private quarters or like common room or private quarters?
Give me an intelligence check.
Lone
14.
Hunter.
14. That's pretty decent. You're not 100% sure, but judging from the horn that was located over there and the fact that there's no sleeping pallets or anything, you kind of
Okay.
think it's just like an entrance guard thing, like a
Okay. Yeah.
The cavern opens up beyond, heading in 3 directions. You can see,
Yeah.
you can either, like, once you exit this cavern, you can quickly either turn right, left, or keep going forward.
Okay.
Lone Hunter will.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. There's no sleeping pallets in this room.
No
Oh,
sleeping pallets,
okay. Okay.
no treasure, no real
That's-
furniture to speak of.
Yeah. Just some hides on the floor for sitting and.
I would like to say that there would probably be a giant-sized chair or stool or something. Like, so, I mean, you're supposed to stand there, like, watching this fucking boulder all day? I mean, can't you fucking sit? Like, wouldn't there be a chair or something? So all you have to do is stand up and grab the horn and be like, "Oh."
You're on guard duty. You're supposed to be ready at all times. Protect.
Can't be ready while standing? I don't know.
But Lone Hunter will cut the giant's head off all the way. And then he'll roll it out into area 1.
That'll take you some time, but it's doable.
Okay, because he's trying to make this scene look like the rest of the scenes where there's been giants that have been beheaded and some of the heads come up missing. The other ones are thrown away from the body.
Yeah, you can't trick Asmodeus. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Unless you get Daniel Webster on your side or something.
Well, I don't really care which way we go. We're gonna have to go some way.
Well, we might as well keep going forward, I would say, because we know a little bit about what's behind us, but we don't know what exactly is up in front of us.
You're a ranger. Why don't you look for tracks and see, like, maybe there's like a path, a road most traveled or whatever. Like,
Lone Hunter look down and he'll say, "Yeah, right up there, right straight ahead is the road most traveled."
Exiting to the west of the cavern.
I think that's what the only direction to go.
Yeah, the pathway leads from
there.
Go from there to there, and then in Cavern 1 they generally head north. But give me a survival check.
All right. Survival. And that's not going to be good. That's one of his poorest rolls around. Oh, damn. That's a 13.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, people seem to walk through here.
Yeah, let's see here. I'll bring up the map and
I actually have some decent survival. I mean, you want to Should I just roll it again, or should I just be like roll yours again? Whatever.
You can have advantage if he's actually willing to help you. So you could.
Yeah, I'm willing to help. That's not a problem.
Yeah. So let me try.
Right up here is where I'm thinking that we're looking at going through, because this is where we just got done, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let me roll the survival. Didn't even realize my survival was so good. 23.
Among the frost giant tracks you
Mm-hmm.
see some other giant-sized tracks that are instead of the iron boots of the frost giants, they are more a manicured slipper and maybe a little bigger. You also see tracks of ogres. Some of the ogre tracks lead to Area 9, and some lead to Area 6. So as I turn to look to see which way the ogre tracks are, one of them heads westward out of this cavern and then veers to the north, and the other one heads out of this cavern. The ogre tracks head and lead south, westward, and then veers south.
Mm-hmm.
Area 9? I thought that was Area 9. Area
There's
8.
tracks that are slippered.
They also head north.
I asked, like, do you think that, like another cloud giant emissary? What were the hell was the cloud giant wearing before?
They were also wearing slippers.
Oh yeah, these evil fucking cocksucking evil cloud giants are going around to the other giants making a deal of some type.
It appears this way.
What is it? What is that goal? Do we know what that goal is yet? We do not.
What goal?
Whatever it is that the cloud giants are trying to get the other giants to unify about.
Domination.
Is it that simple, or are they seeking something to help them towards that? Or are they planning something?
Did we ever find out what that chain was that we found? The one
That teleported us here, didn't it?
no, we traveled.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, did we? Oh no, but we used like teleport, like the spell teleport.
No, you used
Did we?
the adamantium chain that you got from the Setting of the Hill Giant secret treasure chamber.
Oh, I guess I misunderstood.
So what would you like to do?
You guys decide. I gotta go for a bio.
Let's follow the slipper footprint.
Yes, I agree. The only option that we have is to follow these footsteps, see where they lead.
So Lone Hunter will take point, and he'll go. He'll walk stealthily. Let's see. Check.
Now, you head west, and then you see where it veers off to the south and north. And as it veers to the north quickly, it differentiates between a western branch and a eastern branch of it. It was, and the slippers
Okay.
go to the western branch, but it's blocked behind a boulder.
Okay. Lone Hunter stop. Let's see here. It'd be kind of. He'll get up here. I think right about here is where he could see what you're talking about. Right there, where it's there, where he can see up that way and then see down. He's going to be looking down to his south. Does he? And he's going to be listening and smelling to see if he senses anything out of the.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Holy shit! Dice rolling shitty now. That's a 14.
You hear hushed voices, guttural, deep, coming from the darkness down below.
Okay. And he's going to try to see if he can hear anything to the north of him.
No.
Okay. Then he's going to look back at Shardak and not Asmodeus,
Atreus.
and put his finger up to his mouth as quiet, and then he'll point down into the area in the south, indicating that he hears something down there.
Back.
Okay. Shit. The only thing I can think of is that we go in for a closer look. Unfortunately, I can't offer any help in the way of stealth.
Lone Hunter will go ahead. He'll stealth up to that boulder that's blocking his view straight into the room, where it kind of splits it off to the left, right. Let's see, stealth check of which was better. That's a 27.
All right. You sneak up there.
And I'll peer around the. If I'm looking into the room, it'd be my left-hand side, because I think that gives me the most cover, the way that boulder's shaped.
Well, the boulder is blocking your sight entry. You cannot see past the boulder. The boulder is covering the entrance.
Well, I'm talking about getting up to about right here, off on that ledge, looking down.
Oh, okay. Looking down to the south. My bad.
Yeah.
Your dark vision's pretty far, right?
Yeah, it's let me double check here. 90 feet.
Yeah. All right. As you move forward, then you'll see at the edge, covered on the, sitting around a table on the very southern edge of that area. You see. Let me count them again, real quick.
Well, hold up. Let me recheck that, because that's out of the codex of the UA, and the Gloom Hunter was remade, and that my dark vision would only be 60 feet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's 30 feet difference.
Yeah, it's a significant amount. But
Again, trying to be fair.
3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just say you can see a couple on the edge of your dark vision. They're gathered around.
Oh, okay.
Table, large table, and they seem to be talking lowly. They are ogres. You see a few, but you can gather from the way they're talking and sounds coming out that there are more. And they're gathered around a table talking amongst themselves lowly. And you could understand their language, but you're just a little far away. It's more like hushed.
Yep.
Not hushed whispering, but from your vantage point, that's all you're hearing is. You can't quite make out what they're saying.
Yep. Understood.
They're talking normally, but you're.
Yeah. It's one of those times where I wish I had the observant feet. Read lips. But Lone Hunter will go ahead and stealth back to him, to his friends.
Okay.
Let's see here. That's a 22 for stealth to go back. And he'll say, "There's 5 of them down there. They're just sitting around. It seems like they're relaxing. I think I heard.
Frost giants?
5 giants?
Oh.
Let us go now immediately and slay them.
No, not 5 frost giants. I think it doesn't have the same accent and dialect of the frost giants. It sounds a lot kind of like the servants that were at the hill giant stronghold. As far as that,
What are they, ogres? Giants often have ogre servants.
they could have been.
I suppose we ought to kill them too.
Well, 5 ogres, a little bit less frightening, but still not good.
Not nearly as pleasing either.
But they looked like they were sitting around the table or something. I don't know if they were gambling or if they were talking about strategies or what.
Well, perhaps they were talking about how they're going to die soon. If we have enemies, we might as well go ahead and kill them. I mean, they're not giants or anything. I'm not going to relish it as much, but
I'm waiting for him to say blood's blood.
I'm just trying to figure out if his extra dice take into effect on ogres. They should.
I think technically they are type giant, right?
Yeah.
Are they giant class?
Yeah, they are. Ogres are, yeah.
I believe they are.
Ogres, trolls, ettins.
I believe that's their type. I just don't know if it's true. I want to look up weight real quick to see if it's true giant or not. Ogre, large giant, chaotic evil, or if it's just giant. And I just don't see that working against a troll. Trolls aren't giant enough, in my opinion. I mean, granted, they are technically.
I don't think any of us have any type of fire. Out of game knowledge, obviously.
With magic weapons, when you hit a creature of the giant type. Giant type. In which case, I still don't think you would be so excited, though. They're just ogres.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't, because, yeah, they're of the giant type, but they're not giants.
Yeah. He just doesn't relish them as much, but yes, I suppose we must go ahead and run in there and let's kill them too. Unless there's an actual giant around somewhere. Perhaps one will flee and summon more giant. That would be good.
All right, let's sneak on in. There's a big boulder in the middle. We can split down each side of it to give ourselves the best coverage, I think.
Sounds good to me.
Here's my plan. Draw me, run in there, stick me in them. Works every time.
And Lone Hunter take his bow off and get some arrows ready, and he'll sneak back up to the point that where he was, or that's where he's going to move. He's going to try to be stealthy. And he's not so stealthy. It's a 19.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not great at stealthing, but I will.
No need. They're just ogres.
Yeah, but it'd be
Hear me
nice to
talking
get
over
in
a boy?
among their
I'm coming for
midst.
you.
Be nice to get in amongst their midst, so once I start swinging, that there'll be like
That they're taken unawares.
oh yeah, stealth of 7 I rolled. So there you go. Damn sword won't shut up.
No need. Just walk in there, waving around. You hear me coming over, boy? I'm coming for you.
Alrighty then.
What about you, Atreus riding Onyx?
I'm trying to figure that out. Fucking.
What is the stealth of a giant goat carrying a paladin?
I don't know. You want to know what the passive perception of an ogre is?
Probably like 8 or 9.
It is 8. It is less than 9 stealth.
Oh, well, in that case, let's go stealth.
You have disadvantage.
Yeah,
for
of course.
full plate armor.
Yes, of course. Wow. Too bad that was at disadvantage because I rolled a natural 20, but that is a natural 7. That's it. 7.
And
Are
that's
you
what I
riding the
got.
goat,
So
or
with
are
their
you
perception at 8, they actually saw us.
Yeah. Are you riding the goat or are you leading the goat?
Let's see. It would be, yeah, it would still be the same for the goat either way because he's got no dex. So yeah, it wouldn't matter either way.
Either as he's riding, your armor's jangling as you're riding him, it's on there, or else you're leading him and you're still clunk, 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 echoing through the river as your iron boots hit the ice and rock.
Yep.
Alright. As you sneak up on them, the ogres will suddenly turn around and be like, and start to rise from their table, overturning their chairs, crying out howls of initiative, if you would, please.
Lone Hunter has a 28.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and break these ogres into 2 groups.
Shardak got 16.
Atreus got 19.
Huh?
Flat 19. And damn it.
What'd you get in Shardak? 16?
Correct.
And Onyx got 11. Atreus 19, Onyx 11.
Shardak. Lone Hunter, what would you like to do? As you get closer and right around there, you can see that they're moving, and you can see 4 ogres standing up at this time at the closest side of the big round table.
Okay. As a bonus action, Lone Hunter will cast Hunter's Mark
Right.
on the nearest one to him.
Okay.
That's within 90 feet.
Okay.
And then from there, he will let loose 3 arrows at that one.
All right. Roll it.
The first arrow, that's a, let's see here. That will be that's a 16.
That way, ogres are, literally broadside the barns. Big,
Yeah.
low, non-armor wearing things. They do have
Second
They
arrow.
have layers.
Second arrow is a 13.
That'll hit.
Oh, third arrow is a critical miss.
Ping.
So,
That arrow breaks.
all right. 1, 2, and 3 arrows. And then, let's see here. Hunter's Mark. I get sneak attack damage, right?
You were hidden, so
Yep.
yeah, I would assume you could have advantage on that roll that you missed. Well, you would have already fired 2 other arrows, so that would have broken it now. But yeah, you can have your sneak on the first one.
Yeah, right here and here. Ooh. Say lovely. 13, 18 plus. Man, it's hurt my head. 18 plus 9.
27.
And then on top of that, 31. And then on top of that is 39 points of damage with those 2 arrows. With sneak attack and Hunter's Mark and Gloomstalker ambush.
Any movement?
No, he's going to stay right where he is. As far as that, he might press in closer to that rock to try to gain some cover if possible.
No, so you turn sideways on the cover.
Yeah.
It's a profile instead of a broadside for them.
Yep. And that will. Oh, there's one last thing. He'll holler and giant in there. Olaf sends his wishes and best to you today.
Olaf. Atreus, what would you like to do? These 4 that you can see are just at the edge of Lone Hunter's dark range, so that would be 60 feet away from the rock.
Okay.
What's your dark vision?
60 as well.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess same as last time. Just try to get in closer. Yeah. I mean, they saw me, so there's no sneaking up.
You advance 30 feet to cut the distance in half.
Yep.
And then what?
I hold my action to see if maybe they come toward me. I don't believe I have any like really good ranged spells or anything because most of them are touch and shit like that. But I will hold
Whack.
an action.
Closest to you, right?
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Yep, and then that's it.
It is their turn. The 4 that you see. And I believe 2 of them will come up to you, thus triggering your readied action. So you may, as the action, you may make an attack against one of them.
Okay. Foolish mortal.
Room is 40.
Okay. And I am using Shatter Spike.
Yes.
So that is wow. Ha! Jesus. Okay, does 28 hit?
Pretty much that hits everything, even the Tarrasque.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that's 2d8. 2d8, right? I think I'll use a level 1 spell slot as well to add another bit of Divine Smite.
That'll be an extra 2d8 for a total of 4d8.
Yes, sir.
They have reach. No, they don't have reach. What schmucks?
Yeah. Okay. So that's gonna be, because it's a +1 weapon, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 points of damage. Who the hell? And that's, hold on.
No, it's quite alright. That would just be a reaction anyway.
Yep. Yeah.
So 2 of them are going to run. 1 is going to dash up to you, Lone Hunter. So he'll be looming over your head. This will be the one arrow sticking out of him.
Does he stop within 5 feet of
Yes,
me?
he does.
Lone Hunter will go ahead and move from his position as a reaction 15 feet back.
Ah! No, not provoking attacks, correct?
That's right.
Ah! If he has more movement, could he continue?
Who?
He
Who?
has
You're
80 feet.
you're
You use 60 feet to get to you, and then you move back 15 feet. He still has 20 feet of movement. He could still, catch up to you.
yeah, I would say he could.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, all right. So he catches up to you again as you move 15 feet away. He's like, keeps following you. Of course, it took his action to get all that far, so that's all he's going to do is land over you. Also, Lone Hunter, Shardak, 1 will have to dash to get to you and will be moving for you. The other 2, however, will not have to dash. Will stand over Atreus. One of them taking his sword and flashes in brilliant gold light as it hits him. But they will both lunge out with their great clubs, wailing away at just irrational, hitting absolutely nothing as they do so. I believe it is your turn next. What would you like to do? Besides, stick me in them, of course. There's one right in front of you. Let us take him out.
Okay, I'm gonna interact, draw Waith. I'm not even gonna rage yet, anyways. But I will great weapon master.
Okay.
So
No lie, because I'm a great weapon.
oh, critical!
Yeah.
Nice.
See, I'm really good against these things. I mean, they're not giants, but they're, their blood is satiable. It's like a vampire living off of rats. Yeah, it'll keep you alive, but it's not quite as tasty.
Okay, I gotta think. I am not raging, so plus 16.
This math is hard.
44 plus 16 is 60.
All right, so you whack him. He falls to the ground, disemboweled, head cut off. How would you like to do that?
Yeah, let's how about lob his head off.
Whack! This one blows. No.
And there's another one up at me?
No, there's only one up at you. 30 feet away from you is Atreus facing off against two. And about angled a little behind you, say 30 feet, with one on Lone Hunter.
Well, Atreus has two. I'll move over to him.
All right.
And I will take my second attack on this.
One of which has some scar burns where he stuck it. The other one is not.
I'll attack the hurt one.
All right.
Like, ooh, nice. Which we call it? 22 to hit.
That will hit him.
Uh, 15 plus 16 is 31.
He is still, well, maybe not standing up, but he is at least still alive.
Well, and because I knocked that other guy down to 0, I get a bonus attack because I didn't rage.
And he will have advantage on this one because he is prone. He does fall to the
15, does that hit?
That hits, and he has 7 hit points.
$31.
Taking that negative 24.
There. And I just, like, slice down again across his neck and decapitate this guy. And I just look around and assess the situation, and I'm done.
Filling, but not tasty. All right. After Shardak will be Onyx.
Okay.
Attack Onyx. I could have had one attack Onyx. I didn't think about it. Oh, wow.
All right. Let's see here. How far is the closest one to Onyx? And which one is it?
Choice. You can either have 30 feet where Lone Hunter is, or 30 feet where you are facing off against one with Shardak.
Where Lone Hunter is.
Alright, so he'll run over to Lone Hunter.
Yeah, he's gonna charge.
Barreling and lowering his horns.
And that will be that's gonna be a +5 to hit, 17.
That will hit.
All right, so he's gonna have to make a DC 13 strength save.
And fall prone.
Yep.
He makes it. He stands up towards the giant goat.
All right, so it just takes 4d4. Yep, 44. Plus, that's 1, 2, 4. All low as fuck. So that's gonna be 5 plus 3, 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Boom! As he goes, he rams the ogre right in his hindquarters. He bounces up in the air a couple feet. Slams down in a hump and looks back at him like, and he says in Jaws, food.
And Onyx just goes, meh.
Alright. Now, the darkness beyond your, well, actually, I suppose if you 30 feet up, then you could then see that there were more ogres on the other side of the table. And it is now their turn to go. There are 4 more you would have seen. Then it's advanced up. And Shardak, what's your dark vision 60 feet as well? Yeah, you would have seen them as you come.
Yeah,
up
it's
to
standard 60 feet.
Yeah, you would have seen them also as you came forward and next to the other side of the table, which was beyond your dark vision range, is now in it, and you see that there are 4 ogres, and they will come up. Like put 2 on one of you and 1 on the other. And that would free 1 who just couldn't get in the melee because these are large creatures going up against you. The 4th guy. Alright. So let's go 2 on Shardak at the moment while I'm thinking about this.
May
2 of
see
them launch their
16.
great clubs at you, Shardak. 1 of them will hit you, Shardak, for 2d8 plus 4. For a total of 14 points of damage.
Hey.
The one of them will attack Atreus because he already had 1 on him, so there's only 1 more slot for an ogre to attack him. And that no, your armor class is better than 19, so that will miss. As he manages to bring your shield up and block his great club, and the 4th one will dash to get back up into the darkness to grab at Onyx. But that will be all his action. He had to dash to get there to Onyx. That's what's important. Okay, so back to the top of the order. Lone Hunter. There's a badly injured ogre over top of you. What would you like to do? And behind that badly injured ogre is a giant goat. And behind that goat is another ogre. All in a nice line.
All right. The first arrow will go into the one that's standing over me.
Right. And you will get your sneak because Onyx is in melee with it.
All right.
That is, of course.
All right. That's a 13.
That will hit.
And let's see here. That's that. That. For that 1 arrow, he gets 4, 7, 11, 14 points of damage. Is he still standing?
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I dropped out for a minute. I was telling you that you didn't have to use your sneak attack if you want, but you could.
Yeah, I did 14 points of damage.
Okay, so I don't know what happened. He will die.
Okay.
Just barely. Not a
my
lot of
set
there.
my second shot.
Uh-huh.
And my bonus action, I'll move my hunter's mark from him over to the other ogre that I see coming up behind the goat.
All right.
And I'll take my second shot at that one.
Okay.
And that will be a 16.
That will hit.
And that's 1 arrow that's there. No sneak attack. So unless he's close enough to, well, I can only do it once per turn, so it doesn't matter.
Turn. But you will, if you use your bonus action to move it, you'll get your hunter's mark on him.
Yeah. So he'll take 8 points of damage.
Oh.
As far as that. So that's yeah, a bonus action. Yeah, that's all he can do right at the moment, or will do it at the moment. That's
Okay.
2 more arrows down.
Anything else for you?
No, I said that was all I could do, or all I would be doing for the moment.
Atreus, it is your go. There are now 2 ogres directly, one to the side and one in front. To your right side would be Shardak, who also has an ogre directly in front of him, and to his left or whatever. So you like kind of semicircled, surrounded by ogres. 2 of them are directly on you, focused, and the other 2 are directly on Shardak, as you're both standing shoulder to shoulder.
Okay. All right. Going for. Okay, wait. You said that there's still the one that I had attacked.
He is dead. He died. Shardak finished him off.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Shardak had killed him, but there's this new one now, right?
Yeah, there was one that was originally there that missed, and a new one.
Oh shit! I completely forgot there was another guy.
Yeah, there were 2 on you originally. One of them
Yeah.
Shardak finished him off. But you have the
Yeah.
first guy, and you have a new second guy who ran, and then the 2 others also came and fronted up against Shardak, who are
Okay.
well.
All right, so I'll just go for the nearest one.
The
Keep it
newest
simple.
or the oldest?
Nearest,
Yeah,
closest.
you are old.
Oh shit. Old.
Okay.
uh, the first. So I just rolled both hits at the same time. Just to kind of get it out of the way. First hit is an 18.
That
Plus a lot.
yeah.
The second one is also an 8 plus a lot.
Yeah.
Natural 8 plus a lot. All right, so
Still be enough.
cool.
I think you need a 2 to miss.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Oh shit! I forgot to calculate the spell slot that I used
You
at first. Yeah. I'm not going to use it this time. Just going to do the regular, regular improved divine smite.
No.
And then the 2 hits. Does the second hit also grant its own improved divine smite? Or no?
Impression it does.
Okay.
I think it does.
I would look, because a lot of that shit people get wrong. Sometimes it says like once per turn or once per round, or
I don't think so though. I've used it before. I played a paladin, and I don't recall having that effect. But I'm looking it up right now. Until I do, I'm saying yes, you can have it.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's see.
All right. So we'll start off with the +5. So +5, and then 6, 12, 15. 15 plus 8 is 23. 23 points of slashing and radiant damage.
Okay. Am I looking at the wrong section? Where would it be? Oh, okay. Improved Divine Smite. Here we go. By 11th level, you are so suffused with righteous might that all your melee weapons strike carry divine power with them. Whenever you hit a creature with a melee weapon, the creature takes an extra 1d8 radiant damage. If you also use your Divine Smite with an attack, you add this damage to the extra damage of your Divine Smite. So it's just an extra d8 all the time on melee.
Yeah, it says whenever, so and all the time.
There it is.
20 points. How much was that? 20 points?
23.
23. And is that both hits?
Yes, altogether.
Okay.
23 altogether.
Math is hard. Got it. Okay. So next up would be that ogre. That ogre, who you just righteously smited, takes a step back and then raises his great club and brings it down upon your head, but you nimbly block it away with your shield again as he and I think that is the only ogre that is left of the original 4. Yes. So that's their turn. Shardak, there are now 2 rushed up to front you. What would you like to do?
I would like to attack them again. No rage, but I am great weapon.
Just out of curious, right or left?
Right.
Okay.
And on my first attack, I rolled a 1.
Oh! I think technically that would hit, except ones are always misses.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're great weaponing. It still might miss. Never mind.
Yeah. I rolled a 13 for my second attack.
That will hit. As you wildly chop over the head of the ogre to begin with, spinning around.
31 points of damage.
Oh, he is now bloodied, and you slam it into his chest cavity.
And there's really no way I can benefit from my bonus action. So I'm done.
All right. Onyx. There's an ogre behind you, Onyx, grabbing at you. What would you like to do?
Onyx is not smart enough to think to disengage.
He has a 6 intelligence.
Yes, he does.
So better than a normal goat.
Really? According,
right, but he's not.
Yeah, according to the spell, yeah, I'm pretty sure he actually it specifically says he can disengage.
oh no, because according to the giant goat attributes I'm looking at, he's got
but
an
you have to look at
intelligence
the
of like
spell though,
3.
because the spell affects.
When a creature is mounted, it can only take the dash or disengage action.
He's not mounted.
Yeah, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants. He can dash, he can disengage, he can attack, he can do whatever.
Oh, okay. So then, he's gonna disengage
Right.
and try to get himself, 20 to anywhere from 20 to 40 feet away from this guy, so that he can turn around and charge at him again. But dealer's choice.
Let's say he backs up. Either way, I suppose it doesn't much matter because the ogre's just going to, on his turn, close the distance 20 to 40 feet. So
Yeah.
So he disengages as his action and then backs up a necessary amount to get a good charge in on the creature, on the ogre.
Yep.
It would be his turn. It is the 4 new ogres. So one of them is new. That was of the 2 that are on you. Will attack you, Atreus.
Okay.
And that will be a 21 to hit.
That hits. Finally. When he hits me, I say, "Welcome to the game."
That'll be 15 points of bludgeoning damage as he smacks you fully into the face with his great.
I'll take it.
Right. There are 2 on Shardak, and they will both bring their great clubs down. One with a 17, and the other with a crit.
Oh shit.
Sorry.
I'll rebuke the violent on that one.
Oh, the crit.
Yeah.
All right. So that will be 11 on the non-crit. 11 bludgeoning Shardak. And the crit will be 5, 11, 14, 19 points of damage. Bludgeoning as well. And he gets a wisdom saving throw, correct? And he fails it, so he will take all 19.
Yes.
Let me go 1, 2, 3. That was the one who was uninjured. 4, 5, 6. It'll be the one that was injured by you, Shardak. It would be the one that was uninjured by you, Shardak. He takes 19 points of damage as well. And then that will leave us with the other one who's going to rush up and close the distance again with Onyx and bring his great club down upon the head of the beast that he's going to try to eat for an 8 to hit. I believe an 8 will miss Onyx, correct?
Yes, it does.
It wouldn't even hit a freaking ogre, let alone a goat. As he smashes it down on the ground by the goat's side, but he is in melee with the goat.
Okay.
Lone Hunter, it is your turn.
Okay, was muted. Lone Hunter will go ahead and on the one that he moved his hunter's mark to, he will go ahead and fire 2 arrows into it.
All right.
First arrow will be a unnatural 20.
That will hit.
Second arrow will be a 21.
That will hit as well, and you will get your sneak on one of those attacks because the goat is in melee range with him again. Onyx. The goat, the great of all time. Onyx.
All right. And let's see here. Get my dice pool up here. All right. That's I believe I got that right. And that will be 10, 16, 17, 19, 26 points of damage.
Oh. The arrow the back of him, and he screeches out in pain and arches his back as the pain flows through his body.
And then as a bonus action, Lone Hunter will go ahead and hide.
Roll it. I sneak around a little further of that giant boulder in the middle of the room to break the line of sight.
Stealth of 29.
And you succeed in that. Atreus.
That was quick. Okay. I'm going to.
Still 2 on you, 1 injured, 1 uninjured.
Oh yeah, I do have a javelin. What a moron! I forgot about that. I always forget about this damn javelin.
Lightning.
Yeah.
Oh, about that.
Yeah. I'm gonna invoke my Searing Smite.
Alright.
So.
That's a bonus action, I recall.
Yes, it is. That also means that I don't get a second attack.
Yeah, you do.
I think. Oh, I do?
Yeah, it's just a bonus action.
Oh no, yeah, that's if I had an offhanded weapon.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah. Okay, my bad. All right, that's gonna natural 19. for the first hit. That'll be the one with the Searing Smite. Shit. Now I need to look at the spell though. Searing Smite. I add 1d6 of fire damage. He makes a con save. Or takes another d6 worth of fire damage.
That's all?
Yeah.
Oh, he fails a con save. Holy shit.
So he takes 2d6. Alright, so let's see.
That can't be
2d6.
right. It's gotta be better than that. There's always, it's like 2d6 plus an effect is what happens when you use these bonus actions.
It was next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your weapon flares with white hot intensity, and the attack deals an extra 1d6 fire damage to the target and causes the target to ignite in flames. At the start, okay, no, I'm sorry. At the start of each of its turns until the spell ends, the target must make a con save. On a failed save, it takes 1d6 fire damage.
Okay, so it will continuously take fire damage.
Yes.
Okay.
That was my mistake.
All right. Would you like to have it as the injured one or the uninjured?
The one I've been fighting.
Okay.
Yeah. Just lost a d6 on the floor. Okay. Wow. Almost the lowest possible damage for this one. So I rolled 2 ones for slashing and radiant, and then 3 fire.
3 fire. So that's 5 plus 4 strength, 9.
Yep.
9 points of damage to the ogre. That's just attack number 1.
Yeah.
So you get attack number 2.
Okay, attack number 2. That's a natural 5, but you said I need like a 2 to miss.
Yeah, you're plus 8 to hit, so that'll be a 13.
Yeah. All right. And a little bit better. It's 7.
That will hit as well.
No, that's damage.
Oh, 7? Okay.
Yep.
All right. And that will be his turn. He failed his saving throw, as we've already determined at the start of his turn. Would you like to roll another d6 for fire? As it's sitting there, the wound is just spouting flame where you stuck your sword in him.
Sure.
You stuck Shatter Spike into him.
That's going to be just 2 points of fire damage.
Okay. All right. And he will bring his club down upon your head, or at least attempt to. 17, however, not enough. Clang, and this time you just take it full brunt into the side because knowing your armor can withstand that blow, and it does. Padding just disperses the damage around. So you're a little jarred, but otherwise unharmed. Shardak.
Okay, it's kind of late, but that's why. But I remembered why I do it. I'm going to use my bonus action to rage. Because these guys are making a significant dent on my hit points here.
Uh-huh.
So I'll rage. I will Great Weapon Master.
Were you reckless?
No. Not on these guys.
You have me next to you. I got you.
I rolled like a 21 on my attack, and I rolled 38 for damage.
Boom! As he falls to the ground, decapitated again. Let's go with the decapitation.
Yeah, because they're ogres. I can reach their heads.
Yeah.
With a greatsword. And I'll take my second attack.
Huh?
A 17.
That will hit as well.
$31 points of damage.
He is still alive. At least. Oh, and he falls to the ground as I roll a 7 on the dice for a total of 11 on his strength saving throw.
And that's it. It says I bonus actioned to rage.
You don't get to extra.
But yeah, those guys are like seriously making a dent on my hit points.
Sorry. That's that crit. 19. That's a lot. Alright, Onyx. The greatest goat of all time. What would you like to do, Onyx? There is a badly injured ogre in melee. You should
he's in melee?
back up to get a good charge on him.
Damn it. I'll just I mean, not I. Onyx will ram him. So just a regular attack from Onyx. Natural 9 plus 5.
14 will hit.
14. Nice. Let's go, Onyx. Show him what you got, man. Okay. That will be 3, 4, 7. Plus 3 is 10. 10 points of bludgeoning damage from Onyx.
Onyx rams him. Oh, gets him right into the knee, and he buckles over, and he's grasping at it, yelling in pain. Far for far, I'm going to eat you alive and wear your skin as my leggings. Oh, he is badly injured, but still alive. All right.
Oh, that wasn't his movement, so he'll
It'll provoke.
I know.
All right, he's doing it anyway.
Yeah, he's gonna take his 40. But the way he's gonna go past Lone Hunter, so that if he needs to, it'll and like if he tries to chase him, it'll invoke an attack of opportunity from Lone Hunter.
I don't think that'll provoke with a bow. But
oh shit!
Thought, does a 10 hit the?
It doesn't. Just short. Just short.
Right. Well, he's going to use his movement as well to catch up with him. I will see you go. Oh, and now he crits.
Ooh. Average, right?
I could, but I got 4 dice in my hand.
No, I'm saying average hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
2,
All right.
9, 12 plus 4, 16.
Oof. Phew.
Is 16 enough for a giant goat? Not a regular goat, mind you. The giant goat.
That is so close. He's bloody.
He's up.
Yeah, he's still up.
All right, that would be his turn, and then we have the second one that was on you, Atreus.
Okay.
Who's otherwise uninjured. 17. Bang! His club. It's not quite enough to get through you.
Come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me.
No, I will. And then Shardak, the one that you just clubbed vehemently, who's still barely alive. He critted you last time. Oh, he's going to hit you with a 24 again, but you are raging. So he does 12 points of damage, but you're now raging, so you will take only half or 6.
Yes.
Plop. Take that. And back to the top of the order. Lone Hunter, there'll be an ogre notoriously close to you that's just walloped on Onyx. What would you like to do? And
Now,
then
is
you're-
that the same? Is that the same one that I have my hunter's mark on, or not?
It is the same one.
All right. He clobbered on Onyx, and so I'm going to go ahead and I'll take 2 shots at him.
Huh?
First shot is a 22. Second shot is a 17.
Then just first shot. Roll your damage. You can
Okay.
sneak attack if you wish.
All right. 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 Since it's only 1 attack. And he takes 8, 10, 13, 14 points of damage from that first shot.
Falls to the ground and great club splatters onto the stone pavement.
Okay, and what
breath escapes his body. His hunter mark is no more.
Is there another one on Onyx, or is there one on who's the next closest?
There are 3 left, and they are both all 3 of them are kind of surrounding Shardak and Atreus standing side by side. 2 of them are more leaning towards Atreus' side, and one of them is leaning towards Shardak's side, who does not look well at all.
All right, I'll move bonus action, move my hunter's mark over to the one on Shardak then.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and take my second shot on that one.
Okay.
Oh, I wish that would have rolled a little bit better. That would have been nice. That's a 29.
That will hit.
Almost a natural 20.
No sneak attack on this one, even though he's
Yep.
in melee. You've used it already. But
Yep. All right. Uh, 11 points of damage.
As he falls to the ground dead too, your hunter's mark ceases on him.
All right. And at the moment, that's all I can do unless one stops within 5 feet of me.
Atreus, your go. There are only
All right.
2 ogres left, and both of them are concentrating on you. One of them not, the other one not at all.
Okay. All right. So he is going to. He's going to. He's going to invoke Branding Smite, which is a bonus action.
Yeah.
I'm also going to expand another first level spell slot, which is, I believe, free.
You just don't want to hit. But are you attacking the one that looks very bad or the full one?
Oh no, I'm going for full.
Okay.
That's why I'm doing all this.
All
right. And then all right. So I'm just gonna roll both of the attacks at once. All right. Natural 3 on the first hit.
That will still hit. That is what you need to hit.
All right. I'll tell you the second hit after.
All right, so that's 2d6.
What's
2d6.
Brandon do?
Branding Smite. Next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before this spell ends, the weapon gleams in astral radiance as you strike. The attack deals an extra 2d6 radiant damage to the target, which becomes visible if it is invisible. The target sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius and can't become invisible until the spell ends.
Okay.
So he's branded. Okay.
That'll be
So yeah.
4d8 total and 2d6.
Yes. Yeah.
Plus-
Plus what?
Plus 4 strength.
Oh yeah. Oh no, plus 5 because I'm using the.
Oh, yeah. Shatter Spike, which is plus 1 weapon.
Yep. Alrighty. Wow. Very good. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is 2. Shit. Get out of the box. Thank you. 1 plus 1 is 2. Plus 2 is 4. Plus 5 is 9. Plus 3 is 12. Plus 7 is 19. Plus 5 is
24.
24. Yes, 24 points of slashing and radiant.
That's attack number 1.
That was attack number 1. Attack number 2, on the other hand, as I come back for another swing, I guess you know what? We'll say like I hit him so hard that my sword gets stuck in him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You rolled a 1 on your second attack?
Oh, very much so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Saving throws. Plus 3. Okay, at the start of the other guy's turn, who is badly injured, is still searing smited. I will make a con saving throw for him. What happens if he makes it?
If he makes it. If he makes it. On a successful save, the spell ends. If the target or creature within 5 feet of it uses an action. Yeah, he's just it's just done.
He's no longer on flame. All right.
Mhm.
At the start of his turn, he managed to quench the flames with his blood because he is badly injured. And will raise his club up to smack you in the club again for a total of 19. Not quite enough. Shardak, it is now your turn. The ogres that were all fighting you are now dead, thanks to slain arrow by Lone Hunter. But there are still 2 ogres up, but they are just a little over to your side fighting Atreus.
I'll do that. I'll do like a full roundhouse swinging at one of the ones that's fighting Atreus.
No, your
first
call from the right or left. I don't think it'll matter though.
The right. The first one, I like spun. He kind of ducked, and I rolled a 1, so I just spun right over his head. So I continue spinning for my second attack, and I hit him with a 15.
That'll hit.
Nice.
For 34 points of damage.
Oh, clunk, clunk, clunk. As another head goes rolling off into the darkness.
And then I raise my sword over my head and take my bonus action, and I'll attack the other guy.
Yeah, the one remaining one.
For 24 for an attack.
That will hit.
For an even 30.
He's alive!
And
he stands upright. He takes waist blow in stride and is alive and standing up straight.
Well, and I'm right in his face. And I'm done.
All right. Oh. Onyx.
How far is this last one from Onyx?
I don't see why it wouldn't be within his movement range.
Okay. Yep, full on charge and a ram. Okay. After that natural one, I'm scared for this. Oh, natural 16. Plus 5. So.
That will hit.
All right. So that is, what was it again? Oh yeah, 4d4.
4d4. There's a good chance.
The one thing I hate is picking up d4s. All right. Ooh. 7. 9. 11. 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
That was enough.
No
As he
fucking way.
rolls the ogre over like a ball and just rolls him around on the floor up until he hits the side of the cave and pins him there. Bloody and bruised body, all broken into strange shapes.
Yay!
And Onyx kind of like looks up at all of us and just kind of like slumps and like sits down and just kind of shakes his head.
Each ogre is decked out not only with a club, but on their back there are several great javelins, spears to you. But their hides are marked with a white bear, rampant, with blue eyes, which you've come to notice is a symbol of the Jarl of the Frost Giant King. They are the soldiers of his, in a manner. The room has each ogre in this room has a chair around a large table. There's also pallets of skins and furs for sleeping pallets for them. There's also a peg on the wall. Each wall peg holds a big walrus skin that they can use as a cloak to help cover them in the cold. And at the foot of each pile of skins is a wooden box.
Well, Lone Hunter would like to kind of do a fairly intensive search of the room because he's going to make mention that that symbol that they're carrying is real close to the statue that he's carrying.
It is.
And he'll say, they must be part of this Jarl here, the Lord King Snarl or Jarl or whatever it is, soon to be departed self. Once we get a hold of his frosty butt, so they must have some information that could help us on how we could find this cousin of mine that has always beat upon my poor people. We got such a dysfunctional family, I'm going to tell you. But getting into that, if he sees that his compatriots are hurt that bad, he'll go ahead and he'll cast cure wounds on each of them at second level.
What is that, like a mass cure wounds, or are you individually curing wounds?
individually is all I can do. I can't do mass.
Mm.
So that would be for Shardak. That's what's my mod there? Wisdom 3. So that's 18 points. And that will be 16 points for our tiefling.
Right.
No, remind me your name. I'm struggling here, old
Atreus.
man. Atreus.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that
And
puts
that-
me up a decent amount. Yeah.
Wow, that's without depleting my resources too much.
But I hate to do this, but I got a caller. Like,
Time to go visit your child.
yes,
Alright.
it's
Alright,
already
good
like
stopping
6
point.
o'clock here. So
That's a good point to stop at. We can start back up with investigating the room and
yeah, I just start tearing open those boxes.
You find
But I really want to split. It's already late for me.
no, you find money in the boxes.
all right.
Yes. Tell us exactly how much at the beginning of next session.
I can tell you now. 520 gold pieces total among various silver, electrum, and gold pieces. Each box has 50 silver, each box has 40 electrum, and each box has 40 gold. There are 8 boxes. I've worked it out. It is a total of 520 gold pieces worth. Max skill. What?
Okay. And you said they had what, polar bear skins?